gang, gang. Hey, nothing but love and respect. You might have some cool fans, but mine are the best. We've been through it all, went to war when duty called. Never left a man behind, we move as one is super strong. I don't want followers, that implies I'm the leader. I'm not the captain, I just gave them something they can believe in. I hold the lamp in the darkness, but they're the light that I needed to see the road that we walk in between the angels and demons. And my fans have my back. Hate us if your feelings don't like facts. And my fans will fight back. Beat you with the keyboard you've been using to write back. I guess we need each other like both sides of the battery. We the army, we the homies, we the gang, we the cavalry. We're brothers and sisters, we hold it down like we gravity. Can't nobody break the bond that made us all family.
Me and my fans, we don't care what anybody say. Middle fingers to whoever in the way, man. Me and my fans, we gon' be together to the grave. It's a game till forever and a day, man. Me and my fans, we don't even trip if they hate. We got all in our veins, man. Me and my fans,
We the hangover gang. Gang, 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 gang.
Oklahoma weather can dish out some of the worst punishment in the world. Hi everyone, I'm meteorologist Tuttle. But now you can fight back by installing Class 4 impact-resistant shingles from Ferguson Roof Systems. These shingles can withstand large hail, heavy rain, and hurricane-force winds, all while keeping your home safe and dry. And the best part? This upgrade is completely free for many homeowners. So call today to start reaping the benefits these Class 4 shingles bring, including a discount on home insurance. Only at FergusonRoofSystems.com.
Hey there, Meteorologist Tuttle back with you again. It is about 9:40 on the money, I believe, if you want to get technical about it. Thanks for joining me. And we're talking about the forecast here for this week. In case you missed it last night or didn't get a chance to read my blog, we'll see what's new in the weather business, and we'll find out whether or not we're going to have some fun stuff coming our way in the form of more snow. So thanks for joining me. All right, Beverly, I see you in the house tonight on some stars on a 2-week streak. Thank you. So I appreciate you guys watching on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So if you're on Twitter, how are you? On YouTube, or feel free to leave your comments as well when you guys get signed in, as always. And we're going to get on with the program. So first thing is first. Let me minimize this. Outside currently, not bad. 49 degrees. It was pretty good warm up here this afternoon after a chilly start. So we saw lots of 50s and some 60s out there across the state. We're going to do it again tomorrow. So if you liked today's weather, you're going to like tomorrow. It'll be even a few degrees warmer for the afternoon. And then we'll have to pay the price because then a cold front will come in. But that's typical. Right now, 49 degrees here in my backyard Tempest weather station. All right, so let's get on with the picture. Oh, by the way, it's a stars party. It says activate. So you got 4 minutes and 30 seconds left, so get hot there on Facebook. I just pressed a button. I don't know what I just did. But Jared, I see you. You're begging for me for some snow in Dallas. I know why you sent me some stars. I appreciate that. Here's a look at the jet stream pattern. We're going to find out if you're going to get the stars. We'll take a look at that here in just a second. First things first, though, let's get to the cold that's coming our way, because that'll be, of course, the big story again. Another taste of Arctic air invading Oklahoma and surrounding areas. So let's take a look here now. We're current temperature here this evening into the 40s, and we'll cool you down as we head into tomorrow morning. So the 30s out there across the state when you get up in northwest and northern Oklahoma, northeast Oklahoma, still some 40s sneaking in there every now and then. And then as we head into the afternoon, like I promised, much better. At lunchtime, we're already in the 50s. By the afternoon, we're going to be up around 64 to 65 to 70 degrees down on the Red River. How about that? Down in Dallas, Plano, woo. Up in Bartlesville, 58. So not too shabby, for this time of the year. Then, of course, we'll cool down as normal, and we'll have a little, call it the first wave of a front that cools things down into Tuesday night. It's not really a huge push initially. The oozing of the colder Arctic air will continue to blend in during the day on Wednesday and Thursday. So by Wednesday morning, we're into the mid-30s across central Oklahoma, near freezing on the border. By the afternoon, it kind of gets even colder. So here's lunchtime from there to the afternoon. Temperatures actually go the wrong way. So we're now in the 20s across northern Oklahoma, and then we're in the lower 30s, so pretty much right around freezing. Wednesday afternoon here in central Oklahoma, then down south, still into the 40s. And then that colder really builds as we head into Thursday morning. We're into the teens out there as far as temperatures are concerned across the state. And then we'll rebound you a little bit into the 20s, it looks like, for Thursday afternoon. And, of course, winds will be gusty initially, but then they'll die off. They probably won't be as bad as it was the other day. But we can take a look at the effects of that with the wind chill here in a minute. But there's Friday morning, temperatures back into the teens, and maybe even some single digits sneaking in there. So, again, it's going to be a cold end of our week. Now, if we do look at the wind chill values, we do factor in some gusty winds there for Wednesday. Let's see here. In the afternoon and the evening, we get into the 30s. The wind chill values are dropping into the teens and 20s. That's when you're really going to start to feel it is Wednesday evening and Wednesday night. So here's Thursday morning, wind chill values around the single digits, 0 degrees or below 0 here in the purple shading colors up here across parts of northern Oklahoma and southern Kansas. So Thursday morning looks pretty brutal. And then Thursday afternoon, we'll slack off those winds a little bit, and temperatures will rebound a little, and so that means wind chill values will recover somewhat, still into the teens and 20s. Still a pretty brutal day overall. All right, so back to the upper levels of the atmosphere. Let's take a look. Last night, we talked about how we need the upper level storm system to cut off in the form of an upper level low, and the models were fighting it out. Most of them are going more toward an open trough look, and that was not going to produce a lot of snow for us. So let's see what happens here. I'm going to go through time. First off, a little ditty about Jack and Diane comes in here across Oklahoma. Late Tuesday, so this is some upper level energy, but the atmosphere is very dry, so we'll see a few passing clouds. The second round right here of this energy that moves through in the colors over Oklahoma and North Texas will generate cloud cover and a little bit of tiny light precipitation. We'll show you that here in a second. Let's see, and then on Wednesday night and Thursday, most of the energy is now shifting into Texas and then back down here into this region. Now, this is where we were hoping, this is Thursday morning, we were hoping for an upper level low to really dig in here, cut off from the main flow, and start to rotate. I can tell you with the models today, they went the opposite way. They said, nope, we're going to keep it as more of an open wave during the day on Thursday. So there's lunchtime, here's the afternoon, here's Thursday evening. And what kind of stinks is that this part of the northern branch is kind of dipping on into this region. And so it's got an overall boring look to it. All right, so you get one kind of long conglomerated trough axis, which does produce some precipitation. It's just not as much or nor as heavy. So it's a lame output. You know, if you really wanted something good, it's somewhat lame. But we do have a lot of energy, though. This is all the colors, represents a lot of lift in the atmosphere. So we are going to produce some cloud cover. We'll produce some precipitation out of it as it rolls through on Thursday on into Friday across the deep south. And then we do have another system coming in across the Rockies here on Friday that will then take shape out southwest again. And we'll have to see what it does for the latter part of the forecast period. But what I want to show you is last night. Now we know there's energy coming across. How does it look when I just take a picture of one map and I tilt it vertical and I look at slices of the atmosphere? All right, so what we want to know is where's the snow? This little pink line right here, this is the snow growth layer. Okay, so this is where we're looking for snow to develop in this layer. What we need is moisture. All right, moisture in the form of green. So that's little piddly moisture here. And then there's a lot better moisture in this region here, little piddly here in this region. Okay, so in this region here, this is midday Tuesday. Remember that first upper level disturbance coming on by? That's why I just generate some cloud cover with this. That's all it's going to do. So that's a nothing burger. All right, so we head into Wednesday. There is a lot of moisture down here at the low levels, though, that does get trapped in here thanks to that reinforcing of that colder air. All right, so that will bring in the low clouds. Now, I will tell you with an Arctic front, on occasion, because this saturated moisture is pretty deep, but it's pretty shallow, but it's thick, and it's high humidity levels, it can produce light snow on its own. All right, so this is Wednesday morning. Then we have, during the late Wednesday morning to Wednesday afternoon period, we do have juxtaposed, these little red colors are lift in the atmosphere. This is the omega lift, we call it. So it's what squeezes out everything that we've got of moisture in the form of cloud cover and hopefully enough precipitation. So that is also happening at noontime on Wednesday. Now, we do have this huge dry layer in between in the atmosphere. Well, that was a bad color. Let's use yellow again. Running out of colors. Need some more colors. So this area here has to fall into this dry area. Now that evaporates a lot of the snow that was going to happen out of this on Wednesday for the middle of the day. Now, some of it will pass through this layer and hold together eventually, maybe. It's not a big signal. But we also have this low level too. So what you're going to notice is probably on Wednesday is you're probably going to mixture. A few drops in your windshield of actual rain until the temperatures get really cold. And then you're going to have maybe some sleet pellets mixed in because they may do a little funky business melting from this layer down to this layer, then coming back through this layer. And you might get a little bit of snowflakes. So you might get a little bit of all three, but it's so light, none of it should matter. All right? It should not materialize on a measurable level. Only something you would see and go, oh, look at that, it's spitting today. So that's how it looks like on Wednesday. All right, then we're going to focus on into Thursday, Wednesday night into Thursday, and you notice, let me clear this, and then we focus on this part. Now, Wednesday night here into Thursday, we got a lot more moisture that's down from the middle layers of the atmosphere down closer to the lowest level, a little dry down here. But what that could lead to is some flurries. All right, so we talked about this last night. So Wednesday night to Thursday morning looks like a lot of flurry activity here over central Oklahoma. Not enough to measure. I don't think it'll do anything like that. But, you know, if the stars were aligned just right, you might get just a teeny tiny bit of a white dusting somewhere, and that's about it. But if you look out in western Oklahoma, that should change. So let's go back to the maps. That was your meteorology lesson, by the way, for the night. So if you passed the exam, congratulations. So where's the snow going to be? All right, so let's put this into motion. So with the European models that we'll use tonight, it does have the snow coming in Wednesday night out there in northwest Oklahoma, western Kansas, and then on into the Texas Panhandle. So you can see measurable snow out here in western Oklahoma. So late Wednesday night into Thursday morning out here. And it does, right now, show only about a half an inch of snow. Flurries, so there's that maybe potential dusting here reaching as far east as Canadian County and maybe Newcastle, something like that, and then back up toward Enid. But some lighter snow dusting measurements up here west as you travel. Now, beyond that, unfortunately, because that upper level system is shearing out, becoming one elongated nonsense trough, you don't get that good lift down into Texas. So what happened to the snow that was down there from the American model we looked at earlier, that was in this area that just went nuts? This is what it did. So now remember, it did that last time. We hung on late to see the new model run that came in, and that was the first time that it backed off of that one. Yeah, I was just kidding. I'm not doing it. And the other models hadn't quite come around to that same solution of being more aggressive, so they just stayed on the weaker side of things, and they're still holding out on the weaker side of things. So unless something dramatically changes in tomorrow's data, unfortunately, this is what we're going to look at. So we are going to see some snow again in Oklahoma. We cross the western half of the state as far as anything slightly measurable, and then just dusting or flurries elsewhere in central and maybe parts of eastern Oklahoma for the latter part of this week. But of course, it's also going to get cold. And when you do look at temperatures out there for the next several days, we're back into the teens for Thursday and Friday morning. Daytime highs obviously quite cold, and then we'll rebound again. So our roller coaster ride of temperatures will continue. These numbers down here for Wednesday, Thursday, the 26th, 27th. Just know the model signal for storms are all over the place. They're in and out. That they can't decide what day they want. It's horrible. And also another shot of some brief Arctic air, so you might see some teens in here. So the picture is still muddled beyond about 7 days, and sometimes that happens in this chaotic pattern. I will show you this before I let you go. If you want to keep hope alive, I've got something for you. So we'll go back to the American model, and what you're going to look at on this particular map, this is the gesturing pattern. So we want to track any upper level lows or big conglomerates of energy, and that would mean these areas of all the bright colors. All right, so these are all megaliths in the atmosphere. So we want to track each of these, right? So we just want to see which ones of these are going to move in Oklahoma. That's all we care about. All right, so the good news is, I'm going to press play and watch this evolve. We get that little bit of weak energy that comes in early in this forecast period through the end of the week. What we were hoping for an upper low didn't happen. It looks like an open wave trough. That moves through. This is now Thursday on into Friday. But look up to the north and west. Look what's happening here. All right, we got one that misses us to the north, but look at this one that comes into the west. Sometimes these things can be just perfect. Right now it's forecast to move across Texas. Now, let me pause this for a minute. If there's enough cold air down there across South Texas around the 23rd, 24th, get ready. Another winter storm potential down there. But again, you have to have the cold air in place. All right, so then after that one, we do have energy now wrapping back around that ridge in the west. Once again, reloading across Colorado. And this one comes in. Hey, look at that. Oh, let me go back one. Right across Oklahoma. And this has more of that cutoff low appearance right here. So that would be potential another storm system number 2. And that's on the 27th. Now, each model is a little different on the timing and definitely different on the placement. But at least the signals are there. All right, and then we go to the end. And here comes another one lining up here on the 30th. Once again, a nice, strong upper level low appearance to it. A lot of energy. As long as we've got cold air in place, we're looking at winter precipitation right across North Texas and Oklahoma. And then that's at the very end of the month. And then it's loaded back up here to the north and west. Look at this one. Another one coming in across the Rockies here on Tuesday, February 2nd. And that comes once again here across southern plains. Now this one has more of an open wave look to it versus an upper low, but my goodness, we're 2 weeks away from this, so a lot's going to change between now and then. So the take home is we've got upper level energy storm systems to come through. The models are saying they're there. They're going to be off on timing. They're going to move them around. They'll shift days. They're going to shift direction a little bit. But the point is they're there. So that's good news if you want winter storms or if you want winter weather. So keep your fingers crossed. Keep open luck. So I think we might get a little something. You're bound to get one of those to play out just right and make everything good. So that's what I've got here for you for tonight. So I appreciate you guys watching and tuning in. If I see anything that's obviously bigger, different, I'll let you know. By the way, on Facebook, I'm going to post that link again. Did I post it? Did I paste it? I don't think I did. Let me do it real quick. So if you're having trouble getting live notifications on time from the algorithms, you can hit that link I just posted, and I'll send you a direct feed or a direct instant message from me when I do go live, so you won't miss them. Robert, I see you shooting me some stars tonight. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. Barbara's also in the house with some stars tonight. Thank you. Aaron, I see you as well. Thank you. Thank you. Ron, Jennifer, Rustin, Larry, Jennifer, Amber, Cindy, Derek. All right, you guys are in the house tonight. Let's see. Where are my people at YouTube? If you guys are talking, this thing isn't showing me. Let me see. Is it doing anything? Sometimes this display just locks up and it doesn't show who's there, even though I know you're there, because now it's gone gray. Broke it. So I apologize. Jody, you're going to have to take care of my YouTube peeps on there. All right, let me see here real quick. I'm going to reload that page. Maybe that'll show me something. Let's see if that doesn't break it. All right. Emmanuel checking in from Tulsa. I see ya. Barry, he's just ready to jump right into spring. I get it. Tracy's plugging websites. Let's see what else. Oh, there's the comments. Yeah, I had to reload the page. Yeah, YouTube. All right, to Jim from Mustang checking in. Good to see you, brother. Justin, first the YouTube party. Nancy from McCurtain County checking in. Good to see you. Be Kind, Oklahoma. You got it. Let's see. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of love out there for little Larry. We haven't seen little Larry in a while. We're going to have to bring him back out. And Scorpio, yes, Jody does do a good job. So she's part of Team Tuttle. She helps me out. All right, because there's a lot to do. You guys have no idea what it takes to do this stuff. A one-man band is, that's what we call it in the news business, a one-man band. And you would do that when you're working your way up in the smaller markets because they couldn't afford to hire all the talent to do all the different jobs. So you had to do them all. So that's what they call the one-man band. And you would, if you're a reporter or meteorologist, whatever, and you want to do a story, you have to come up with the idea. Then you have to kind of draft your outline. You have to go get your contacts, so you want to interview, make the calls. Then you got to grab the gear. You got to shoot with the camera. You got to interview the person. You have to bring the mics, get that set up, lighting if so. Then when all that's done, you come back. Then you got to edit all the video. Then you got to write what we call the package or the story that gets read by the anchor on the news, unless you're also the anchor on the news. Then you read your own story that you wrote, that you shot, that you produced, that you edited, and then you give it to you at the newscast. See? Piece of cake. That's called a one-man band. So this is a lot like a one-man band operation, and it can be challenging. That is for sure. James is getting ready for the Thursday's weather there in Austin. So I'm sure you've been to Austin, Texas. And yeah, you guys get a little chilly down there. You're welcome, Sharon. Justin, thank you for the stars, my brother. So you guys are doing some good work here tonight. Rhonda from Bartlesville checking in. So did you get much snow up there, Rhonda? I know you guys in Eastern Oklahoma got a lot more than the rest of us. That's the way it goes, right? Hey, Jody. Is Larry available? Well, yeah, we'll see if Larry's available. Oh, you gotta wake him up. We'll see how happy Larry's gonna be when we wake him up. This is about the time he starts to, chill for the evening, get ready for his nighttime festivities.
He's a little sleepy.
He is. What? Come here, buddy. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I'm gonna woke you up. Yeah. Alright, so this is little Larry. You doing okay, buddy? Yeah. I don't think he was happy. He was in a deep sleep. So, Scorpio on YouTube, this is little Larry. So, little Larry is a teacup Yorkie, and he was 3 pounds. But like I mentioned last night, he's kind of fattened up. He's about 3.5 now. He's eating like a king. He's eating better than we are. So he's a little ham. Yeah, you tell him that? He needs a haircut bad though. He's got his winter coat, so he's a little disheveled. So he's not all prim and proper. He wasn't ready for the camera, so he didn't have his face on. So, Sarah, I'm gonna need Larry to make an appearance every live, please. I will say this. There is not one person that's never liked little Larry just because he is adorable. And now he's not going to do it tonight, of course. He's too sleepy. But when he's in his mood, he will smile. Like, huge. So when he's happy, he will let you know about it. Big old grin. Lots of teeth. And then you can even say the words to him. Are you happy? And he will just smile even bigger. And then he'll prance around and dance a little bit. So there you go. Talking about you, buddy. Yeah. Interrupted your nap, didn't I? So he likes to go on all the trips that we go on. If we don't, he lets you know about it. And he's easy to carry, obviously. He's pretty tiny. But if we take him into Walmart or whatever, he peeks his little head out of his little carrying case. And then he's a lady killer, telling you. Isn't that right, buddy? Yeah. That's right. Can't find any doggy ladies for him, though. Not his size, or small. So, apparently they're hard to come by here in Oklahoma City. So he actually came from Canada, from a breeder up there. So he's full blood. But, little Larry, and ironically, this is not planned, just so you know. Fun fact. Jody's dad, his name was Larry, and my dad's name was Larry. So that was not planned, but that ended up being kind of a funny thing. This was before we met, so that's kind of how that worked out. But anyway, so that's kind of like a, I don't know what you'd call that. All right, so you good, buddy? All right. At least you're behaving tonight. I will tell you this. You see how docile he is and calm and sweet? Just sits there. Yeah. But if you're the Amazon delivery dude, he will rip your face off. He goes nuts. Same thing with the mailman. Even the FedEx, right? Those three. He's learned that the louder he barks and the more he raises Cain, that it makes them go away. That's what he thinks is happening. So he's tough. And then that's not enough. That's at the front door. Then he darts across the living room, darts out the little doggy door, and he runs to the backyard to the corner of the fence and then gives them a who's and what's for on their way out down the street. So he's our little guard dog. Nothing's going to get past him. Ain't that right, buddy? All we need is you and a 12 gauge. Yeah, we're all protected. Don't even need an alarm system. You are the alarm system. All right, so that's little Larry, everybody. Okay, buddy, put you down. All right, so there you go. We haven't shown Larry off in a while, so I hope you guys enjoy that. He's a show stealer, though, that's for sure. All right, well, that's going to do it from me. I will obviously take a look at the stuff. By the way, I see you, Patrice. Thank you very much for the stars. You too, Robert. James. So what I'll do is see if the data's changed any for tomorrow. I really don't think it's going to change too much, but you kind of know what the forecast is, and just prepare for that. And then otherwise, we'll talk with you soon. Thanks for being a patron, a subscriber, a follower, liking, sharing, any of it, all of it. I'm good with whatever you'd like to do, so I appreciate that. Guys, sleep well. Talk to you later. Good night.